Great to see you this morning. So Russ Vought from the White House said that there are a number of things in this bill that he believes are very popular. Some of those would include, I imagine, a reduction of taxes on tips, a reduction on taxes for seniors on Social Security, an increase of the child tax credit. How do you feel about those measures?
Well, I think the Senate accomplished a near impossible task. They took an ugly bill and they made it even uglier. So I'm concerned about the 17 million Americans who will lose their access to a family physician, the 17% increase in energy costs that we will have, and the largest cut in food assistance, as well as the fact that after they do all that, they leave us with trillions of dollars of new debt. These little flourishes that were added, like no tax on tips, are issues that are designed to cover the horrible job that they're doing. And I think you need look no further than the comments of some of the Republican senators. Senator Tillis calling it a betrayal by Donald Trump. Lisa Murkowski saying that this bill's not ready for prime time and the House should make more changes in it. And of course, their buddy Elon Musk condemning it as the largest increase in our nation's debt in history.
So the increase in the debt is one thing. The question of whether or not it will benefit, some say in the middle class, is another. What benefits do you think would be accrued by the middle class in this bill?
Very little compared to the cost of this bill. I think the estimate is that those at the top will get 390 times the benefit of those who earn $50,000 a year or less. Those people at $50,000 or less will get pennies a day in terms of tax benefit. In the Ways and Means Committee, I offered an amendment to address these concerns, and that was to say, let's give those people that earn more than $400,000, let's give them the same tax rate they had under George W. Bush. It's not a big increase. And let's give those under $400,000 everything in this bill, including many provisions I don't like, the ones you referenced and some others, good, bad, and ugly. And if you do that, compared to the House bill, 98% of Americans get the benefits of the bill, 2% don't, but we cut the cost of the bill in half. There are reasonable steps that could be taken. Maybe that's what Senator Murkowski had in mind, though her vote for the bill was strange in saying it's not ready for prime time. There is a way to address these concerns, not see Americans lose their health care, not engage in this fiscal irresponsibility that has been condemned by so many observers.
Yeah, to be clear, she did vote for it. The president put out a new statement just a short time ago. The president said just a short time ago on social media, nobody wants to talk about growth, which will be the primary reason that this big, beautiful bill will be one of the most successful pieces of legislation ever passed. Sure. This growth has already begun at levels never seen before. What do you think about that?
Well, of course, there have been some people that have talked about growth, and they've said we'll get practically none. One estimate is we'll get, I think it's 0.4% of growth out of this bill. Not enough to make up for the huge cost of the added debt. And that's why independent observers, whether it's the Joint Committee on Taxation, the Tax Foundation, the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, and their Doge buddy Elon Musk have said this takes us to near a debt crisis in this country and could jeopardize the solvency of Medicare and Social Security because it's so fiscally irresponsible.
So what now? Do you feel like you're a potential influencer on this in the next 24 hours or just a bystander?
Well, we're going to do all we can to influence and to expose the dangers of this bill and to call out Republican colleagues on this. I hope some of them will be inspired by what they saw from Senator Tillis, that he was courageous enough to put his own job on the line in order to speak out against the injustice of this bill. I think that the first people in the country who were intimidated by Donald Trump were not immigrants or poor people, they were my Republican colleagues. They are fearful, as Senator Murkowski expressed a few weeks ago, but we have to appeal to their better side and hope that they will do the right thing here, but make it very clear that they will be held accountable in an election next year. All those people that are out there saying we need to do more to stop Donald Trump, there is one way to stop him, and that is at the ballot box. And I believe these Republicans who choose to vote with him and yield to his intimidation instead of standing up for the health care and the fiscal sanity of our country will pay a big price at the ballot box.